Hey, what's up, brothers? Thank you for tuning in to the ReconBrothers YouTube channel. I'm Viper, and today we're going to talk about tactical boots. So, first things first, when it comes down to tactical boots, whether it is for Airsoft, Milsim, the outdoor, or even your military service, all these shoes more or less share the same kind of properties. Our experience comes from the Airsoft world, but also from the shoe industry, so you might learn a few things from this. Everything you do on the field starts with your feet. They work the hardest, so you absolutely have to spoil them. Especially for you Airsofters out there, we recommend to get a decent pair of tactical boots. Now why is that? Because we've seen a lot of people getting into the field with the wrong kind of shoes, and already within 10 minutes of the game they've rolled their ankles over or twisted them or whatever. That is obviously something we all want to avoid because it sucks. Now, in our opinion, tactical boots are as equally as important as the glasses we use for doing airsoft. While glasses protect our eyes from any kind of injuries, boots do that for our feet. As an example, these are the Loa Zephyr GTX Mid TF. My brother and I both have a pair of these, and we've been using them for almost 2 years now for doing outdoor airsoft. These boots have been through some pretty rough terrain sometimes, and they held out just fine, so in our opinion these are some great outdoor or tactical boots. If you want to look for a tactical boot, you either want to look for a tactical boot or a flexible hiking boot. What do these need to feature? Well, first they need to feature a high ankle support. This is to prevent any kind of ankle injuries, but also to provide your feet with the right kind of stability. Especially when you're going through some rough terrain, your feet need to be as much stabilized as possible. Next we have an anti-slip sole. This is to prevent slipping as much as possible in some wet conditions or slippery terrain. Then we have the reinforced shoe tip. This is to prevent toe injuries as much as possible. Especially when you're going downhill, you want to prevent your toes from hitting any kind of harsh surfaces. Then we have laces. When it comes to laces, you can either have them in cotton form or in synthetic form, but we recommend you not to get any laces in cotton. Why is that? Because cotton laces will absorb moisture and become very hard to untie when they've been wet. Then, when you want to look for a tactical boot, you can either have them in a leather form or in a synthetic form like this one. Now, what's the difference between them? When it comes to synthetic boots, these boots are in general much lighter than leather boots. They also have a shorter breaking period. What's the breaking period? This is actually the period your boots need to have in order to adjust themselves to your feet. When it comes to leather boots, if they are not waterproofed, they will absorb a lot of moisture and become much more heavier than a synthetic boot will. They will also need a longer recovery time. On the other hand, when it comes to endurance, leather boots will actually endure much longer in more extreme environments than synthetic boots. Next, for you guys that want to go outdoor, we highly recommend to get a boot with a so-called Txt Membrane. This is a membrane that lays between the inner and the outer layer of the boot and will make it both breathable as well as it makes it waterproof. While the inner layer is protected because of the Txt Membrane, the outer layer is not and needs extra care. This is what we call waterproofing, but we will show you that in another video later. At last we have a few fitting tips. When it comes down to fitting tactical boots, you want to make sure you use the same kind of socks that you will be using out there in the field. We recommend to get outdoor socks. These socks will absorb shocks but will also regulate moisture from your feet to your shoes. Second tip, make sure to tie your shoes properly and walk around in the store to feel if they are comfortable. If they are not comfortable, then take another pair and try those out. Because the longer you're out there and the harder the terrain, the more important comfort becomes. Last tip is a sizing test. For this you simply have to crouch down and feel if your toes touch the front end of your boot. If that is the case, then you need a bigger pair. Alright guys, that was it. We hope you've learned a few things from this. Make sure to put your remaining questions down in the comment section below. Make sure to like, subscribe and hit that bell button, and we'll see you next time.